Item number one. Yes, so it's kind of been reported. Meltzer confirming yesterday that Sasha Banks is going to be appearing at New Japan at the Tokyo Dome January 4th, and obviously it feels like maybe she was going to be moving back to WWE. It certainly felt like this Build to Survivor series was
in Boston.
Was perfect. Everything kind of lined up, but no, it looks like she's going to be appearing on New Japan. Don't know what the contract situation is. It seems like maybe she'll be going by Sasha Monet. But yeah, thoughts?
Monet.
Wow.
Monet. It sounds nice. This is crazy. She is a huge star when it comes to WWE, and now even outside WWE with, The Mandalorian, which they never seem to really promote on WWE TV. And then I'm seeing that she's also now, filmed another movie. It seems like Hollywood is still something that's very, very in her sights. She's launched her own cannabis, CBD and stuff like that. That's winning awards, and she's everywhere.
She's made cookies, isn't it? We've got one here.
Cookies? She's working with cookies? Oh, wow. Okay.
Them,
yeah, they're also a pretty big brand. So it's just interesting that someone has stepped outside the ring from WWE and managed to become even bigger. And they're not capitalizing on that. I know we're in the post Vince McMahon world where it's now Triple H. And you'd again figure, Sasha Banks and Triple H used to be very chummy because he helped create Sasha Banks as this big, huge star that she became. But I feel like since the walkout, everyone's been like, oh, well, she left. And this, is she going to go back? Is she going to go wrestle in AEW? I feel like maybe that's not the place that she wanted to kind of land. We've recently seen AEW. It seems like every other month or every other week there's debuts and returns of wrestlers and stuff like that. Maybe she thought she valued herself into more than to just show up at the rival competitor. But then it feels so left field that this story is report from PWI saying she's going to show up at the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, and has dates booked with New Japan.
Crazy.
It sounds like maybe a verbal agreement. Now, could this be something that WWE, we saw this with Daniel Bryan when he was negotiating that they were talking to New Japan and maybe allowing him to do something, and I think Vince maybe put the kibosh on it. Maybe it's something Triple H is more willing to do. Maybe it's, okay, have a fun few months, we'll be here waiting for you. But then we have on Dynamite this week, Jamie Hayter teasing that Saraya is going to find a partner.
A friend.
On January 11th. Could that be Sasha Banks? It would kind of be poetic in this sort of Saraya comeback story that she's partnering with the person that unfortunately put her out of action for all that time. There is that tie in there. There is something to me where Sasha, I feel, would be a huge get for AEW. I still eventually see her going back to WWE personally, but this New Japan stuff's very interesting. It does to me kind of maybe tip your hat to the Kairi Tam Nakano match, that perhaps it will be a Kairi win, because I could see that being a program to do in these New Japan US shows perhaps.
Yeah, I see the first big match being Kairi versus Sasha. It sucks where you're bringing in now the former WWE talent, the bigger star, to instantly become your big star there, take over basically everyone's championship or anything like that. But Sasha Banks is such a huge star that I think it would bring a lot more eyes.
I don't see this as someone coming into say a WWE, an already established promotion, and taking away from young talent. This is Stardom, who have been growing, have been gaining traction, but they're not this big deal yet.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks could take it to that level.
Especially if you followed Sasha Banks in the past few years, just her social media alone, kind of, on her own dime and own time, traveling to Japan, training with certain wrestlers, and, teasing a match with Mako. That's still a match we need to get to. The thing is, New Japan now doing the whole IWGP Women's Championship with Kairi and crossover there hasn't been anyone to jump there. So I feel like maybe just it's in her interest that she's like, oh, I want to do this. I want to wrestle there. I want to kind of help build this establishment of women's wrestling over there in Japan. And what other star than Sasha Banks to kind of do that? Obviously, Sasha, versus Kyrie is like kind of the big dream matchup. There's a few other ones. I mean, if you're going back into the AEW world, Jamie Hayter, Saraya, Britt Baker, Toni Storm, those are the kind of big stars that I would want to see kind of dive. Because as far as New Japan and you know, the whole like women, like not a lot of people watch Stardom yet. Like, and in the past few years, it keeps getting more popular and more popular. People keep talking about the amazing matches. She's definitely the
It's popular within our bubble, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one is...
Right.
Your average WWE viewer aren't
They
talking
don't know
about
what that is.
Stardom.
Yeah.
A Sasha maybe could put it to that level.
definitely bring
especially if they have their good, like, you know, put stuff on YouTube. Get it out there that this Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, whatever.
Or is she just in the crowd on January 4th watching the match?
So I think Dave said she's not wrestling January 4th, but I imagine it would be to set up.
She shows up.
Five Frank in the YouTube just said, Big Dave said she wanted more money than WWE was willing to offer, so take that for what it's worth. So, maybe, it seems... I feel like she's on further away terms than she was more recently with WWE, perhaps. But
so she's showing up in the Rumble.
It's exciting. Like, Sasha is one of my favorite wrestlers, full stop. So wherever she lands is going to get my attention.
I was just baffled that they never promoted The Mandalorian when I have friends who don't watch wrestling, don't know who Sasha Banks is, going, oh, I heard one of these characters is like a wrestler or something. What's the deal with that? And I'm like, that is crazy. That WWE would not hit us over the head with that someone in their company is in fucking Star Wars, but yet back in the day, it's like, hey, The Miz is in another fucking Marine movie. Yeah. Better watch the trailer 63 times in an episode of Raw, where they didn't want to promote someone being huge outside WWE.
I don't know if that's the whole USA, Disney,
I don't know, but
it is very odd.
And then for her to then walk out, I was not shocked because I was like, you are really big right now, and I would love to see her do more acting, but I definitely would like to see her wrestle. And hey, maybe there is still some merit to her still working with WWE, but also kind of seeing what else she can do. But hey, she's gonna change the landscape. She's basically doing the first like big woman star to kind of jump and do whatever she wants. So all the power to Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. What's the names now?
Mercedes Moné. It's the rumor.
Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
The boss.
Well, let's move on.